What is up, my buttery biscuits? We are going to be talking about Elf being linked to a cult. This to me is so bizarre, so mind-blowing, so trippy. Somebody did tag me in this on TikTok, and I do want to say shout out to you because honestly, I would not know about this situation unless it was for you. So I really do appreciate that, keeping me up on the tea. I do want to say though, I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I wanted to make a video about it as soon as this person had tagged me in that video. I was like, whoa, this is really interesting. But I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I was really scared. I was like, okay, this seems like something that like Elf could sue for because y'all obviously with Elf being attached to this company that is linked to a cult, this can get, into situations that are kind of like, defaming and sue for defamation and things like that. And I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Like, y'all, I cannot go through a lawsuit. But you know what's really funny though? Like if Elf were to sue me, I'd be like, what are you going to get out of it? I have like 63 cents in my bank account. So good for you. You're going to spend more money on your lawyers than what you get out of me, to be honest. But anyways, y'all, Rolling Stone did come out with a full article breaking down the whole entire thing. So I am going to be reading it within today's video. And honestly, y'all, I'm really happy too that they kind of made this full article because y'all know me. I'm not one of those people or one of those channels that like do so much research on a topic and like lay it all out. I'm just not smart like that, y'all. Honestly, this is why I'm like, I'm a high school dropout, and it's probably because of this reason. When it comes down to like focusing on piecing things together and like creating a whole timeline of everything, I just am not smart with it. And I really do feel like I would get the facts wrong. So that's why I'm like, y'all, I love when there is a full article for me to read so that way we can talk about it. And I do want to say this before jumping into the video. Okay, Alpha, if you're listening, this is all alleged. This is all speculation. Obviously, we don't know everything. I'm literally just saying that to cover my end. Okay, guys? Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you guys have not seen, I did create another channel for my podcast. The Ramble podcast is finally coming, and I do need to get that channel to 1,000 subscribers. So please help me out. It'll be linked down below. I would really appreciate the love over there, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So I was going to read the full article from Rolling Stone. However, the more that I went into it, there's a good, I want to say maybe 6 paragraphs that pretty much go into full depth of everyone's connections, not really having to do anything with Elf. So I really did want to stay on track of talking about Elf and what their connection is to this alleged sex cult. So I didn't really want to go off track there because honestly, y'all, I was reading into it a little bit more after the intro and I was like, whoa, this kind of like goes off into kind of like a I don't know how else to say it, but kind of like a like tree system. It branches out here and branches out there. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of like steers away from Elf. So I was like, let me just take the pieces of it that have to do with Elf specifically. But there is one main person that I do want to briefly talk about because I feel like he is just like the ringleader of everything, which we will get into. Honestly, it's still a lot of reading, so I do apologize if I fumble a lot. It's a lot, y'all. Anyway, so this is what the title says right here. How this viral TikTok trend became linked to a sex cult. Marketing firm Movers Plus Shakers helped Elf Cosmetics take off, but now questions about the founders' alleged past in NXIVM are making investors nervous, even though they deny any connection to the group. A marketing group behind one of the most successful TikTok ad campaigns of all time is drawing scrutiny for its alleged ties to NXIVM. We will get into what NXIVM is. The so-called sex cult once led by Keith Raniere. He is the main person, kind of like the ringleader of this whole cult, and I do have to say that's one crazy man right there, y'all. Anyways, Jeffrey Goldberg and Evan Horowitz are the married co-founders of Movers Plus Shakers, a Brooklyn-based ad agency that has collaborated with brands like Netflix, Neutrogena, Tinder, and Arm & Hammer. Not Tinder. They are perhaps best known for their work with makeup brand Elf, with whom they created hugely viral TikTok campaigns such as 2019's Eyes, Lip, Face trend, which was promoted by celebrities and influencers such as Reese Witherspoon, Lizzo, and Addison Rae. Honestly, I never even knew anything about that. I was kind of like, whoa, I didn't even know that this was like one of the most successful TikTok campaigns. And I think because I didn't even download my TikTok until maybe like 2020 or 2021, I don't even think I knew in 2019 about TikTok. I don't know. Or I wasn't even on it much then, if I did. Anyways, moving on. Last month, Movers Plus Shakers was acquired by the communications company the Stagwell Group for $15 million, prompting headlines in advertising and marketing trade publications. Following the sale, whispers started circulating that Goldberg and Horowitz had previously been associated with NXIVM, the subject of the HBO documentary series The Vow. Such whispers culminated with a recently released report by Elf investor Spruce Point Capital Management shorting the Elf stock and detailing Goldberg and Horowitz's alleged historical ties to the organization. Goldberg and Horowitz deny any knowledge of wrongdoing within the organization. In a statement to Ad Age, they said they were only involved with a professional leadership training course called the Executive Success Programs (ESP), a self-help program launched under the NXIVM umbrella, and that when the shocking and abusive behavior by some of NXIVM's leaders were revealed, we ceased our participation entirely. We strongly condemn the aberrant actions conducted by some of the leaders within NXIVM, Goldberg and Horowitz told Rolling Stone through a representative. We were not aware of or involved with these horrific acts, nor was our company. Our hearts go out to the individuals they hurt. A representative for ELF did not respond to a request for comment. Led by Keith Rainier, a 63-year-old Albany man who referred to himself as Vanguard, NXIVM was a self-empowerment organization that was widely referred to in the media as a cult. In 2017, former members of NXIVM came forward to speak to the New York Times about their involvement with DOS, a secret sorority within NXIVM that required members to brand themselves with Rainier's initials and provide collateral, such as nude or sexually explicit photos of themselves, for entry. Rainier was arrested in Mexico in March 2018 following reports that he was the leader of DOS, and in 2020 was sentenced to 120 years in prison on charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. That man honestly is crazy. Like, to require somebody to brand themselves and send photos for entry, and then on top of that too, what do you have to do as soon as you're in? Like, I'm sorry, that is just so bizarre. Moving on, one of Movers Plus Shakers' initial successes was a campaign with ELF featuring the song Eyes Lips Face by Il Wayno featuring Holla 561, I don't know that song, sorry, which was commissioned specifically for the partnership and massively trended to the platform in 2019 with its catchy refrain, "Do that thing with your eyes, let me see those lips, attitude, and give my face eyes, lips, face." Wait, the song racked up more than 7 billion views on TikTok. The result was the most influential campaign on TikTok, according to Adweek, earning Movers Plus Shakers the reputation of being quote unquote TikTok whispers. So obviously this was getting them talked about, being that they did own the ad agency Movers Plus Shakers, and then being that they do have a history of working with the NXIVM, which I'm sorry, y'all. I could totally understand how this would look very bizarre if they're linked to them, and being that this was a whole big cult. It prompted attention from social media armchair sleuths with one TikTok by creator You Know Nat. I do believe that was the one that I was tagged in. I think she was the very first person to start talking about this whole thing, pointing out the alleged connection between NXIVM, Movers Plus Shakers, and ELF, garnering more than 115,000 views. Estee Laundry, a gossip account on Instagram focused on the beauty industry with more than 200,000 followers, also posted about the report. Y'all know that I love Estee Laundry. If you guys are interested in specifically like business, beauty related drama, they post really good stuff over there. I did talk about them a few times on my channel. I really like their stuff. Reactions to the post were mixed. This is a quote right here. This was a comment from underneath Estee Laundry's page. It said, "Did y'all stretch before that reach?" A commenter wrote on Estee Laundry's page, referring to the claim that ELF and Movers Plus Shakers use similar language to NXIVM. One of the former employees who spoke with Rolling Stone agreed that it is a stretch to connect ELF's marketing campaign or any of the other campaigns Movers Plus Shakers worked on to any tactics used by NXIVM. They did point out, however, that they were disappointed with the way Goldberg and Horowitz had failed to, in their view, meaningfully engage with their past and publicly denounce Rainier and his teachings. Now, I do want to say this right here. I understand how people could also consider it to be a reach for them to be connecting ELF with Movers Plus Shakers and then NXIVM, because it's kind of like a whole telephone game of how many people. I understand that, but then I also do understand the other side of it too, of how people can be like, oh my gosh, like, did this ad company right here actually partake in the cult because they were connected to the cult? Do you know what I mean? So I understand that, but also at the same time too, though, I in no type of way feel like this is ELF's wrongdoing. I don't feel like obviously they knew about this. Picture yourselves, like, say for example, y'all, if you do like got your makeup done for your wedding, and like you have this makeup artist in your wedding photos and videography and all that good stuff, and you tag them on Instagram, like so and so did my makeup, and then come to find out they were a serial killer. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, is that your fault? Like, did you have anything to do with that? Do you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, whoa, like, you know, it's a trippy situation. I don't think ELF obviously has any wrongdoing right here, and I don't even know necessarily if Movers Plus Shakers has any wrongdoing. It just makes them look a little bit sketchy because they were obviously affiliated with NXIVM. I believe that's what it is. Still don't even know what that stands for, by the way. I didn't even Google it. I was like, y'all, we're just going to be talking about movers plus shakers. But this whole thing is obviously really, really bizarre. This Rainier man, that's a bad man. Like, honestly, luckily he is gone. And I'm just mind blown by that whole situation. But anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.